quarters at the Pentagon. Will you need to do a decorative change there?
No, I think it would be fine.
Okay.
I think it would be fine.
It was a waste of money.
Right. I haven't seen what he did, but I'm sure he did a good job, and we can live with whatever he has. I think that'll be perfectly fine. We'll be spending money on decoration.
Roger, I know they just put a new fence around the old state capitol for $3 million, which is rather a lot of money.
The old state capitol?
The old state capitol, new fence around $3 million. Are there any other places that you could cut like that in the budget that you know of?
Well, there's a lot of places we can cut in the budget. You know, really what I would like to do is work with a commission, a citizen commission, and let's identify those, and let's take that package, and let's go to the legislature. Let's spend time, and let's, you know, cut a whole bunch of things at once. You don't want to pick on one thing now that they're going to say, okay, you know, this is nitpick, we're doing. Let's get a whole group of ideas that we can bring to the legislature. Let's make some serious cuts. Let's pass the legislation. Let's get it done. And I think if y'all work with me on that, if I'm there testifying on behalf of the legislation, if we have citizens, you know, in your own house, you know, when my wife has a certain budget, when we go shopping, she say, oh, you know, she don't like to take me to grocery store. Why don't we get some of this? No, you know, you got to be careful. And that's what I want to do. I have people that understand what it is to have to live within that budget. You know, we give our buyers at our store a certain budget that they can spend, whether they buy in that product. We need to do that in our state legislature. We need to do that in the offices in Louisiana. You have a budget. You have to live within that budget. And if we can save some money, then we need to return it to the citizens of Louisiana. Or we need to pay down some debt. We have this huge growing debt, and you saw the unfunded liabilities. I mean, it's shocking how much unfunded liabilities. Sooner or later, you know, we keep kicking this can down the road. You know, is it going to hit our kids? Is it going to hit our grandkids, our great-grandkids? Somebody's going to have to pay for this. Somewhere along the line, they're not going to be able to kick it down because the numbers are going to be so huge that they're going to have to cut vital services in order to pay for some of the debt we're putting on the next generation. That's not fair to that generation. You know, it's not fair to my 4 granddaughters that I'm going to leave them with this huge burden that we have. And not just the state burden, but a federal burden. So we need to work with our federal elected officials and say, look, you keep giving us all this money from Washington. You give it to us one time. We form all these new programs. And then at the end, then we have to raise our taxes to meet them. Then they're giving us more money to form more new programs. We got to say enough is enough. We have a limited government. Let's stop what we're doing on a federal basis. Keep, you know, don't give us your money. Keep the money in Washington and do what you have to do. And if you got too much money, let's give it back to the people. Let's not give it to the states. That's what we need to do.
We got move on here.
Go ahead.
And if that's okay, we got one right here and one right here.
Tony Barcelona, exactly. First, I'd like to thank my Lord for having the opportunity to speak. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I'm glad. And I want to thank you for coming. But we keep talking about cuts. And when I got this email about getting rid of the income tax, I'm going to tell you, I was kind of leery about it. And as far as cutting, I'm kind of leery about that too, because when you start saying, I'm going to cut this, I'm going to cut that, everybody gets all up in arms. Why, tell me when I'm wrong, why can't we just freeze everything like it is? And if you just stop increasing, or even stop increasing the income tax, stop increasing sales tax. When the wife and I got married 36 years ago, our sales tax was 6%, now it's 9%. And you said, oh yeah, well everything goes up. Well, sales tax really should not go up because everything else goes up, so your sales tax automatically goes up. But anyway, my opinion is that if you freeze the spending, not cut, because cut is a bad, I'm telling you, when you start talking about cutting, they're going to start saying, Villere wants to put your mom out on the street. She wants to cut drugs, education, police, you know, all this kind of stuff. And you're going to look like a bad guy. So tell me where I'm wrong as far as freezing.
You're not wrong. We could actually freeze, if we freeze the budget within 2 years, we could make up the $3 billion. You could cut the income tax, which is about $3 billion today. It's roughly $3 billion. It's about 12% of our total budget. I think our budget today is a little over $26 billion. So $3 billion is about 12%. If we freeze for 2 years what we spend today, don't cut it all, just freeze, we could pay for that $3 billion in 2 years. That's an amazing thing. So you're right. We could do it without a cut if we wanted to. Just say, let's freeze what we got now. You know, don't go back. Let's just stop. Don't spend any more than we spend today. If you can do that,
And don't hire anyone.
we can do that. If you look at some of the executive positions, you look at some of the colleges, the administration has grown at the top disproportionately what they've put in the classroom and what the teachers and all making. That's the administration has grown just out of whack. And if we can just stop and freeze it, we can pay for the whole budget in 2 years. That's an amazing thing. So you're right. We could do that.
You had a question?
I did. I'm Chuck Elkins. Mr. Villere, I have a question. What do you think about the state level industrial policy that the governor, it's not just, it's been at least since, who knows, but at least Foster Blanco, our new Governor General, where they offer a German steel mill, $3 billion of state taxpayer money, where they offer a California chicken processor to come into a failed chicken farm, processing plant, $65 million, where they've got another $50 million on a flyer with a car plant. And specifically for your office, the $100 million or so that's given to Hollywood every year for things like True Blood, Dukes of Hazzard, fine works of art. That the state, the question that always occurs to me on the Hollywood stuff, that the lieutenant governor's office has a lot of promotion on. Right. First of all, it's a nexus for corruption. You know, we've got one of the guys who's serving time right now, Mark Smith. I don't know how many times the mayor of Baton Rouge has been to Hollywood, but it's a lot. I don't know how many times Mr. Broussard, who's now in a lot of trouble, has been to Hollywood, but it's a bunch. The mayor of Shreveport, a bunch. It's a nexus for hard corruption, soft corruption, and how many people work for the production of Battlefield Los Angeles that was done in Baton Rouge last year? Zero.
The only thing I can tell you is I'm a small business entrepreneur. I started my own business. I believe in a free enterprise system. I believe in individuals growing and building their business. I think we need to promote Louisiana business. If I'm lieutenant governor, I'm going to spend my time promoting Louisiana business. Let's grow business in Louisiana. That's what I want to do. So that's what I would like to do, promote Louisiana business. Let's grow Louisiana business, and let's concentrate on that. Let's concentrate on our small entrepreneurs, and let's not concentrate on these big, giant out-of-state corporations. Thank you all very much.
And for those of you that have some extra questions, we've got some really good news, because afterwards, at the end of the session, we have at least